It was brutally cold this morning, but not as cold as the butcher who broke his way out of a freezer with sausage. Phil Lindemann on Krystal, 93 News. First, Colorado just decided that service animals don't belong on chairlifts. This from the Denver Post. Grand County local Carrie Ann Grayson filed a suit against Winter Park this past fall when the resort said she could not bring her service poodle on open chairlifts. Winter Park said her dog posed a safety risk, but Grayson claims discrimination. Earlier this week, the State Civil Rights Commission agreed with Winter Park, pointing to the 43 times Grayson rode without her dog last season. The ski industry and even theme parks were watching the decision closely. Service animals are allowed on some gondolas, but only trained avalanche dogs are allowed on chairlifts at most resorts. The U.S. Forest Service lets ski areas set their own rules for lift access. Grayson's complaint was the first of its kind in ski industry history, and she can appeal the ruling. Grayson is also a volunteer ski patroller, but the article did not mention why she uses a service animal. Despite blowing snow and frigid cold, more than 106,000 people visited the National Western Stock Show in Denver on opening weekend. The Associated Press reports that is nearly 7% higher than the two-day record set in 2016. The annual Western Showcase continues through this weekend with rodeos and more. This winter marks 112 years of the stock show in Denver. A former USA Gymnastics doctor is going on trial today for allegedly abusing up to 125 gymnasts during decades at Michigan State University. The Associated Press reports that Larry Nassar could spend up to 125 years in prison for the alleged abuse. His accusers include four-time Olympic medalist Simone Biles, who wrote on Twitter, "I've felt a bit broken, and the more I try to shut off the voice in my head, the louder it screams. I am not afraid to tell my story anymore." Other accusers include former Olympians Ali Raisman, Gabby Douglas, and Michaela Maroney. Nassar is 54 years old and already serving a 60-year sentence for child pornography. A butcher in Britain almost froze to death in his walk-in freezer until blood sausage came to the rescue. This from ABC News. The man says he was trapped in the freezer when the handle got stuck. The temperature was -4 degrees Fahrenheit when he found a frozen block of sausage and then smashed his way out. He told authorities later, "Black pudding saved my life." In ski racing news, the U.S. men's team is in Kitzbühel, Austria for downhill training today. American Steve Nyman was second fastest on the course, behind Christoph Einerhofer of Italy. Racing begins on Friday. The U.S. women's team is in Italy for downhill and Super G. Training begins tomorrow, and the first race is Friday. In sports, the Avalanche beat the Ducks yesterday 3-1 in Anaheim. That makes the Avs undefeated in 2018 with 7 wins in a row. The Denver Nuggets play the Dallas Mavericks tonight in Denver. Game time is 7 p.m. The Avs have the night off. In local sports, the Summit High boys basketball team is on the court today when they play Vail Mountain School at home. The girls play again on Thursday. The Summit High ice hockey team plays tomorrow, Wednesday, against Chatfield on the Front Range, and the Summit High alpine ski team is on the snow again this Thursday in Steamboat for slalom. The Nordic team is at Malloy Park in Minturn Saturday for a skate race. And in junior hockey news, the Breckenridge Bolts lost both games last weekend to the Pikes Peak Miners. They'll be back on the ice this Friday for another 2-game series at home against the Colorado Rampage. Phil Lindemann with Krystal, 93 News.